For content information and a written version of this story, please check the description below. This story is based on The Little Red Hen, collected by Mary Mapes Dodge in St. Nicholas Magazine, 1874. Don't forget that you can also help me out by donating to my Cash App, and to directly help with my transition, you can donate to my GoFundMe, and my commissions are also open. I am offering short story writing services, poem writing services, etc. Please look down below in a description for my email to be more informed of what I offer. Now back into the story. Little, Red, a hen were all ways to describe Margaret. She was the smallest hen on old MacDonald's farm, and was often overlooked by the other animals because of her small stature. Even her husband, the big red cock, ignored her most of the time. Margaret was sick of it. She was sick of not being noticed, sick of being neglected. So she decided henceforth she would not be helping the other animals when they needed her. When the pig called for her to help collect hay, she refused. When the cow requested her help to make her look presentable for the market, she refused. She even refused to help Mother Duck find her missing ducklings. That was the last straw for the farmyard animals. They may not have understood why Margaret was upset with them, but refusing to help search for baby ducks out of spite, that was inexcusable. So they hatched a plot to get their own back on the little red hen, a plan that would teach her a lesson for good. "Margaret," cried the pig, "could you help move these balloons? I am having trouble blowing them up, and fill your beak would be far more use." Margaret looked at the pig and relished, because an animal that had snubbed her so often had now asked for her help twice in a brief space of time. She lifted her head and sauntered away. "No, Mr. Pig, I shall not give you my help. I am far too busy for such activities. You can blow the balloons up yourself. I am certain if only you put your mind to it." As Margaret walked away, Mr. Pig giggled to himself. The plan was now in play. "Margaret," cried the cow as the little red hen strolled by, "could you help me tie this package? I'm having trouble getting hold of the thin string, and feel your feet would be of far more use." Margaret stifled a laugh. "I'm sorry, Miss Cow, but I cannot help, for I am far too busy. Try using your teeth to grip onto the string. I'm sure they are in excellent condition after you had yourself prepared for market." And once Margaret walked out of view, Miss Cow looked towards Mr. Pig, who was approaching with several balloons, and gave him a small knowing wink. "Margaret," cooed Mother Duck. Margaret rolled her eyes. "Oh, great. She's going to want me to help locate her ducklings again," she muttered under her breath. "Yes, Mother Duck. How may I be of assistance?" The hen figured she would at least play nice. She was after all feeling guilty of not helping her friend look for her babies. "I have baked a cake. Could you use your beak to help place on the sprinkles?" Margaret was confused. How would a cake help find her children? "I would love to, but I have to go see my husband. It's almost feeding time." Mother Duck narrowed her eyes. "Oh, but it won't take more than a couple of minutes. I'm sure feeding time can wait." She batted her eyes. "I'm afraid I cannot. Do you hear that rumbling?" Both ladies listened, but not a sound could be heard. "That's my stomach. Decorating a cake will only worsen it. So sorry, my love. Ta!" And with that, Margaret hopped away as quick as she could. Mother Duck looked over to Mr. Pig and Miss Cow, who were approaching with the balloons and parcel respectively. "Are we ready to go to the barn?" The two approaching animals nodded, causing Mother Duck to laugh in response. Margaret and her husband headed towards the barn. "Why are we going to the barn?" Margaret asked, confused. "It's a surprise, love." Margaret narrowed her eyes, but remained willing to follow her husband. When the two approached the barn, Margaret was stunned to see all the animals huddled inside. The barn was decorated with balloons, and dozens of parcels formed a tower in the far corner by some haystacks. "What's this?" Margaret's beak fell open. "Surprise!" all the creatures yelled at once. "It's a surprise hatch day party for you." Her husband laughed. The big red cock skipped into the barn as two horses approached the large red doors. Margaret watched on confused as they began shutting the doors in her face. Since you have been so disrespectful towards all of us, we will celebrate your party without you." And with that, they kicked the door shut. Margaret stood outside in shock. She couldn't fathom how her friends could have pulled such a cruel joke on her. The little red hen turned and ran away, sobbing as she did. The animals felt guilty. The party spirit had gone. It was supposed to be a harmless trick to teach Margaret a lesson. They never expected her to take it to heart. It was one horse that slammed the door that felt the most guilty, and so it was him who went out to find the little red hen. He found her sitting beside a duck pond, with her wings covering her face. "Margaret, I'm sorry," the horse began as he approached. Margaret peered over her wing before wiping away a tear. "No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been so rude to all of you. I shouldn't have stooped to your level." The horse was taken aback. "Whatever do you mean, our level?" he asked. "You all ignore me. I'm small, so you don't see me. It's not just you. It's Mr. Pig, Miss Cow, Lady Ewe, even my husband. I was tired of it, so I gave you all a taste of your own spoiled corn." The horse bowed his head down in regret. "Margaret, we didn't know. Why didn't you say anything?" Margaret got to her feet. "I didn't know how. What was I supposed to say? Stop ignoring me? I wanted to avoid making you feel bad." The horse stepped closer. "And how do you expect ignoring us when we needed you made us feel?" Margaret looked the stallion in the eyes. "That's the problem. You only notice me when you need me. There's never a 'Good morning, Margaret' on any regular day. I admit I went too far and should have said something, but what you've done is just cruelty." She pointed the wing at the stallion. He whinnied in response. "It's no different to how you treated Mother Duck after she asked for your help finding her babies." Both creatures stood in silence. You're right. I regret that the most. I spent all my time trying to make you feel guilty for ignoring me, when I should have been doing better. I should have helped you and been a better chicken." The horse shook his head. "Margaret, you don't owe us anything. It's okay if you don't feel like helping us. It's not what you did, it's how you went about it. You were being snobbish and rude. That's why we did this to you. I think we're both in the wrong." Margaret walked over to the horse's side. "You're right. We both have some apologising to do." The pair headed back towards the barn where they met with the other animals. Margaret apologised for how she had treated them, and they, in return, apologised to her. Margaret led everyone into the barn, but when her husband caught up with her, she turned to face him and said, "As for you, big red cock, I want a divorce." Her husband chased after her, questioning why, and all the little red hen had to say was, "I can forgive the other animals for looking over me and pulling that prank on me, but as my husband, the least I deserve from you is to feel loved and to feel supported. You didn't have my feathers today, Big Red, and I'm worth more than that." And once that was done, the animals partied well into the night. Margaret no longer felt the need to be on top of the pecking order. She had gotten all she wanted. For today, she felt seen. Thank you for reading the story. If you want to see more stories like this, please subscribe below, hit the bell button to be notified of more videos on this channel, and like this video if you liked it. So on Saturday I will be releasing 2 chapters of A Donut from Cakopia, because it is the 1st year anniversary of A Donut from Cakopia. I can't believe it's been a year already. That's pretty exciting. On Tuesday I'll be releasing another chapter of A Donut from Cakopia, chapter 6. And on next Thursday I will be releasing a short story based on a legendary hero, Beavis of Hampton. And you've probably never heard of Beavis of Hampton, but he's a legendary figure from basically down the road from where I live, so it'll be quite exciting to do a short story based on him. Anyway, thank you for your support. Remember to check all of my stuff down below, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Wattpad, my email me for commissions, etc. And I will see you all, hopefully, fingers crossed, on Saturday. Bye.